Dahil po dito, muli po, inihikayat ko ang aking mga kapwa lingkod bayan na bigyang prioridad ang pagkakaisa,
My motion stands. I am for dismissal.
A motion to dismiss is not found. Hindi po nahahanap itong motion to dismiss sa Rules of Procedure on Impeachment na literal ka-adapt lang po natin.
Ang tanong nila kung makakain ba daw itong impeachment process. The motion actually is unconstitutional.
Pag niremand natin, may mangyayari. Bukas, babalik to sa House of Representatives at ayusin nila yung isasubmit sa atin.
At this time, the Chair will preside the oath to the senators in the chamber in conformity with Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 6 of the Constitution. What is the pleasure of the Honorable Marcos?
Yes, Mr. President, may I place on record that I make this oath ad cautelam without prejudice to the resolution of jurisdictional issues as well as issues pertaining to the validity of the impeachment complaint or to the filing thereof, if any. Thank you.
Duly noted and entered into the records. What is the pleasure of Senator Padilla?
Gusto ko lamang din pong mailagay sa talaan na ako po ay manunumpa pero meron pong reserbasyon. Yun lamang po.
Duly noted and entered into the records. May I now request everyone to please rise. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, please state your name. Solemnly swear that in all things appertaining to the trial of the impeachment of Vice President Sara Zimmerman Duterte, now pending, I will do impartial justice according to the Constitution and the laws of the Philippines. So help me God. You may take your seats. The clerk will now call the roll.
Case number 003-2025 in the matter of the impeachment trial of Vice President Sara Zimmerman Duterte. Roll call of Senator Judges. Senator Binay, Senator Cayetano Alan, Senator Cayetano Pia, Senator De La Rosa, Senator Ejercito, Senator Estrada, Senator Gatchalian, Senator Go, Senator Ontiveros, Senator Lapid, Senator Legarda, Senator Marcos, Senator Padilla, Senator Pimentel, Senator Poe, Senator Revilla, Senator Tolentino, Senator Tulfo, Senator Villanueva, Senator Villar Cynthia, Senator Villar Mart, Senator Zubiri, the presiding officer.
With 23 senator judges present, Chair hereby declares the presence of a quorum. Before we take up the matter at hand as earlier agreed upon when the Senate was still sitting in plenary, Chair would like to first adopt our rules. Chair hereby adopts Resolution number 39 of the Rules of Procedure on Impeachment Trials, Rule 6 of which provides that the provisions of the rules of the Senate and the revised rules of court shall apply suppletorily whenever applicable. As such, the following issuances of the Supreme Court shall likewise apply suppletorily to the current matter on the impeachment of Vice President Sara Duterte, namely, the 2019 amended Rules of Civil Procedure, Rule 1 to 34, except Rule 5, Rule 13 as amended, by AM number 1037 SC-AM number 1194 SC, B, 2019 amended rules on evidence, C, AM number 3-1-09 SC guidelines to be observed in pretrial and use of deposition discovery measures, Part 1A1 to 9, except provisions on mediation and amicable settlement, D, AM number 1037 SC, AM number 119-4 SC guidelines on electronic filing of lower courts, in lower courts rather, AM number 1288 SC, Judicial Affidavit Rule, except Section 9, and F, such other relevant rules and issuances. It is to be noted that we did not change any of the provisions of the rules of procedure because there is already a pending impeachment complaint, and the chair would not want to change the rules in the middle of the game, so to speak. However, the updated amended rules of court, as discussed and mentioned and enumerated earlier, shall apply given the suppletory application of the rules of court. Is there any objection? There being none, the aforementioned rules are hereby adopted by the impeachment court. Proceeding now to the matter at hand, as earlier agreed upon and discussed by the Senate sitting in plenary. What is the pleasure of Member Judge Tolentino?
Mr. President, for the record, Mr. President, Mr. Presiding Officer,
The gentleman may proceed.
in view of the convening of the impeachment court, I move that the Committee on Rules be discharged with the previous referral of the subject impeachment complaint, considering that the plenary itself, acting as a body, has initiated and ratified the formation of the impeachment court through a direct act. It is therefore submitted that there is no further necessity for a committee report to be submitted, debated, or adopted in relation thereto. I so move, Mr. President.
Any objection to the motion? Hearing none, the Committee on Rules is so discharged as indicated by Member Judge Tolentino. Chair now reiterates the earlier agreed upon matter to be taken up once we have convened as an impeachment court, and for this purpose, the Chair would like to recognize Senator Judge Bato de la Rosa to kindly reiterate his motion, and thereafter, Senator Judge Go to second his motion. Senator de la Rosa is recognized. You may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Sir. So I would reiterate my motion. The
Kindly
motion
restate the motion you made earlier while the Senate was sitting in plenary session.
Yes, Mr. President. In the spirit of true action, therefore, allow me to end by moving. I respectfully move that in view of its constitutional infirmities and question on the jurisdiction and authority of the 20th Congress, the verified impeachment complaint against Vice President Sara Zimmerman Duterte be dismissed. I so move, Mr. President. Mr. Presiding Officer.
Senator Go is recognized for his seconding speech. Rather, Senator Judge Go is recognized for his seconding speech.
Mr. Presiding Officer, I just wish to give my remarks and second the motion of Senator Judge Bato de la Rosa, I agree with the motion of Senator Judge Bato. Ang gusto nating kalabasan ng paglilitis na ito ay hustisya, hindi politika. Mararating lang natin ito kung masasagot ang mga katanungang na hindi nabibigyan ng linaw hanggang ngayon. Kung kaya't sana naman, pag-aralan natin ito ng mabuti. Tama na hindi dapat ito patagalin, pero hindi rin dapat ito madaliin. At the very least, pag-aralan natin ito ng mabuti. Baka naman maaari natin itong ibalik o i-remand muna natin. Tama naman po ang accountability. Huwag lang pong politikahin. May tamang proseso ang impeachment. Dapat pag-aralan natin ito ng mabuti. Under Article 11, Section 3 of the 1987 Constitution, a verified complaint for impeachment may be filed by any member of the House of Representatives or by any citizen upon a resolution or endorsement by any member thereof, which shall be included in the order of business within 10 days and referred to the proper committee within 3 session days thereafter. On December 2, 2024, the first impeachment complaint endorsed by members of the House of Representatives was filed before the Secretary General of the lower house. Second and third impeachment complaints were filed in the succeeding days, duly endorsed by members of the House. Under Section 3 of the House Rules of Procedure in Impeachment Proceedings, a verified complaint for impeachment shall be filed with the Office of the Secretary General and immediately referred to the Speaker. Despite this rule, Mr. Presiding Officer, the 3 impeachment complaints filed were never referred to the Office of the Speaker. Instead, a 4th verified impeachment complaint signed by more than 200 congressmen, which now constitutes the articles of impeachment, was transmitted to the Senate. This brings into question the legality of such move when the Constitution provides that no impeachment proceeding shall be initiated against the same official more than once within a period of 1 year. Para sa ordinaryong mamamayan, at lalo na sa aming mga binigyan ng tungkulin na maging senator judge sa paglilitis na ito, this opens up a lot of questions. At ang iniiwasan natin ay yung magpapasya tayo sa isang bagay na makakaapekto sa buhay ng bawat Pilipino. Makakaapekto sa trabaho natin na makatulong sa tao. Tapos hindi naman pala dumaan sa tamang proseso. Yes, we are senator judges tasked to decide on this matter, and we took an oath to be impartial. But this matter, whether it went through the right process or not, should be first decided upon and settled with no question prior to that. We are all for accountability. In fact, maganda nga sana mapakita ng accused at ng accusers kung may ebidensya ba o wala. Pero bilang mga mababatas, dapat siguraduhin alinsunod ito sa batas at tamang proseso. Dapat hindi na circumvent ang batas, dapat nasunod ang due process at ang rules. Hindi pwedeng shortcut. Justice delayed is justice denied, and justice conducted the wrong way is no justice at all. Anong nangyari sa 3 naunang impeachment complaints? Bakit hindi ito agad na-refer sa Speaker's Office? Bakit hindi ito isinama sa order of business within 10 session days? At bakit hindi ito inirefer sa tamang komite within 3 session days after its inclusion in the order of business as mandated by our Constitution? Tila dinrable lang ito at hindi pinaandar ang shot clock. Parang hindi po ma-technical sa oras. Sa basketball nga, hindi pwedeng puro dribble lang. May shot clock po yan. At may oras na dapat mong obserbahan. Pangalawang issue na dapat bigyang linaw ay kung maaari bang tumawid ang impeachment case sa 20th Congress. This is the first time in our history that an impeachment case was filed nearing the expiration of a legislative Congress. The reality is, we do not have enough time to finish the impeachment trial this Congress. Mag-aabot na po ang 19th at 20th Congresses at magkakaroon na ng new set of senator judges by June 30. Maging tayo, hindi magkasundo kung paano bang tumawid ito sa next Congress o hindi. Mr. Presiding Officer, ilan lang po ito sa katanungan na legality na hindi pa nasasagot. Mayroon pa pong pending sa Supreme Court challenging the legality of the impeachment case. Baka masayang lang ang oras natin dito if in the end, this complaint suffers from constitutional infirmities. Let us focus on what is important for our people that we serve. Hustisya sa tamang paraan at serbisyo na makakatulong sa mga Pilipino. Yun po ang kailangan ng taong bayan. Yun ang dapat pagtuunan ng pansin. Mr. Presiding Officer, para sa akin, mas mabuting unahin natin ang tunay nating trabaho. Ang pagseserbisyo sa taong bayan, maraming nasasayang na oras sa isyong ito na hindi naman mapapakinabangan ng ordinaryong Pilipino. This issue has already been too divisive. Ilang buwan na po. Mag-focus sana tayo sa pangunahing mandato ng lehislatura. Ang gumawa ng mga batas at magsulong sa mga programa na tunay na tutugon sa mga pangangailangan ng ating mga kababayan, lalong-lalo na po yung mga mahirap at walang ibang malalapitan kundi ang gobyerno. Marami pa pong mga pending bills pa po hanggang ngayon na hindi pa natin natatapos with one working day na lang po. Baka hindi pa po may papasa. At ito po'y mapapakinabangan ng mga kababayan natin. Dapat yan po ang ating unahin. As raised by some of our colleagues yesterday, that in as far as the impeachment case is concerned, based on the results of the recent midterm elections, I believe the Filipino people have decided at ang kanilang desisyon, mas gusto po nilang tutukan natin ang trabaho at serbisyo. Tama na, tigilan na natin ang pamumulitika. 3 taon na lang po, matatapos na ang termino ng Vice Presidente. Election na naman, at antayin nyo lang sana. Ang importante sa ating mga kababayan ay may pagkain sa kanilang hapagkainan. May matibay na healthcare system na kayang tumugon sa pangangailangan ng may sakit, disenteng trabaho at marangal na pagkakakitaan, dekalidad at abot-kayang edukasyon, at ang katiyakan at panatag na ligtas silang makakauwi kahit sa gabi. Hindi naman nakakain itong impeachment. Sana pwede ninyong ikonsidera at the very least, bago tayo maglitis dito, siguraduhin muna natin na nasa tama na prosesong tinahak natin dito. At the very least nga, sabi ko, marahil pwedeng ibalik o i-remand muna na ito sa pinagmulan sa House of Representatives dahil marami pang ang katanungan ang legally hindi nasasagot. Mas mabuting siguraduhin natin na sumunod sa proseso ang anumang kaso na ating diringgin para hindi masayang ang ating oras. Sang-ayon po ako na hindi natin ito dapat patagalin. Kahit si Vice President Sara Duterte gusto naman harapin ang kaso, ngunit wala ring dapat may gusto na madaliin po ito. Paano kung magsimula na tayo ngayon at magdesisyon ang Supreme Court na unconstitutional ang ginawang procedure ng House of Representatives? Paano kung sabihin nila na hindi pwedeng tumawid sa 20th Congress? Ano ang magiging aksyon natin? This puts us in a possible conflict with the decision of the Supreme Court. We must be prudent about this matter. Mr. Presiding Officer, I just want to reiterate, hindi ko po tinatalikuran ang aking sinumpaang mandato. Tungkulin ko yan as Senator Judge, kahit araw-araw tayong maglitis dito, but we would also be remiss of our duty kung hindi natin siguraduhin na dumaan ito sa tamang prosesong nakasaad sa ating konstitusyon. At kilala ko po ang mga Duterte, Mr. Presiding Officer. Hindi sila tumatakas sa accountability, hindi sila tumatalikod sa hamon ng buhay. Hindi sila tumatalikod sa kanilang tungkulin. Maraming beses nang sinabi ni dating Pangulong Duterte na handa nga siyang sumagot at harapin ang mga inaakusa sa kanya, pero dito po sa ating bayan, hindi sa ibang bansa. nabanggit din po ni Vice President Sara Duterte na handa siyang harapin ang impeachment case laban sa kanya. Hindi ito issue ng pagtakas sa accountability. Ang gusto natin dito, siguraduhin na nasunod ang tamang proseso. We must respect and abide by the procedure laid out in our Constitution. Hindi pwedeng mamili lang tayo ng mga provision na ating susundin. We are all bound to the rule of law and we must follow due process. That is all, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Thank you, Senator Go. Before Senator Ontiveros, Chair would like to first acknowledge Senator Padilla. What is the pleasure of Senator Judge Padilla?
Maraming salamat po, Tagapangulong Pinunong Hukom. Mga mahal kong hukom, alam ko po na napakainit at napakamabigat ang hangin dito sa ating bulwagan. Punong-puno ng tensyon, palaisipan, pero habang abala po tayo sa politika, maraming mahalagang panukala ang hindi nabibigyan ng pansin. Mga panukalang batas na hindi tungkol sa kapangyarihan, kundi tungkol sa buhay, sa sakit, sa gutom, sa karapatan ng manggagawa. Tulad na lamang po ng medical cannabis bill. Hindi po ito usaping droga. Ito'y usaping dignidad. Araw-araw may mga batang may epilepsy, may mga cancer patients, may mga nanay at tatay na umiiyak sa sakit, humihingi ng legal na lunas. Nandito na po ang solusyon, pero pinapatagal pa natin. Gaano ba katagal natin hahayaang magdusa ang kapwa natin? Isa pa po, ang mga panukala ukol sa pagtataas ng minimum wage ng mga manggagawa sa pribadong sektor. Hindi po nagpapahinga ang presyo ng bilihin. Ang pamasahe, pagkain, renta, lahat po ay tumataas. Pero ang sahod, naiiwan. Kailangan po nating ipaglaban ang manggagawang Pilipino. Ibigay na natin ang nararapat para sa kanila. Isa pa po, ang Revised Cooperative Code Bill na nakapasa na sa ikatlong pagbasa sa mababang kapulungan at pinagdidiskusyonan pa rin sa komite sa Senado. Ito po para sa mga magsasaka, mangingisda at maliliit na negosyante. Pinal na sana, isang boto na lang, pero naisang tabi pa. Sila po ang bumubuhay sa probinsya. Sila rin ang tunay na haligi ng lokal na ekonomiya. Bakit natin sila pinaghihintay? Mga mahal kong kasama sa Senado, unang-una na po ang aking BFF. I love you, pare. Alam kong may kinakaharap tayong seryosong krisis pampolitika. Pero hindi po dahilan yon para kalimutan ang tunay na trabaho natin, ang maglingkod sa bayan. Ang hustisya pwedeng isabay sa serbisyo, hindi kailangang mamili. Pakiusap ko po, huwag nating hayaang matabunan ng ingay ng politika ang sigaw ng ordinaryong Pilipino. Habang pinagdidibatihan natin ang impeachment, may mga kababayang tayong hinihintay ang gamot, dagdag sahod at ng pag-asa. Bawat araw ng delay, may nawawalan ng lakas ng loob. Bawat hindi pagtutok, may Pilipinong nawawala ang tiwala. Ilan lamang ito sa mga panukalang batas na naantala dahil sa usapin ng impeachment. Ito po ang panawagan ko bilang inyong kasama. Tulungan natin ang mga panukalang tunay na may silbi. Panahon na po para pakinggan ng bayan. Naniniwala po ako na ang pag-usad ng impeachment ay hindi makabubuti sa ating bayan. Ang ganitong hakbang ay hindi lamang nagbubunsod ng lalong pagkakahati-hati ng ating sambayanan, kung hindi isa ring sagabal sa patuloy na pagganap ng ating mga tungkulin lehislatura, lalo na po sa Senado. Sa halip na ituon natin ang ating oras, talino at lakas sa mga panukalang batas at programang makatutulong sa pagbangon ng ating ekonomiya at kapakanan ng mamamayan, tayo'y nalilihis sa usaping hindi agarang dapat aksyonan. Napapabalita pa nga na bumagsak po ang ating net foreign direct investment inflows ng bansa mula Marso ngayong taon dahil sa political instability. Pati na rin po ang ating turismo sa bansa. Mula Enero hanggang Abril nitong taon, ang dami ng dumarating na turista sa bansa ay bumaba ng 0.82% kumpara noong nakaraang taon. Lahat po ito political instability. Mga mahal kong kasama, ang impeachment na ito ay napakarami ding tsismis, napakaraming iskandalo ng tungkol sa bayaran, sa alok, ng kung ano-ano. Dahil po dito, muli po, inihikayat ko ang aking mga kapwa lingkod bayan na bigyang prioridad ang pagkakaisa, katatagan ng ating institusyon, at kapakanan ng sambayan ng Pilipino. Maraming salamat po.
Senator, what is the pleasure of Senator Judge Pimentel?
Since there is a motion, I think, Mr. President, and the motion is to dismiss the entire impeachment case. So this representation has no choice but to object to the motion. And if I can, just like the movement, if I can also now give my reasons, Mr. President.
The gentleman,
Before that, with the indulgence of the minority leader.
what is
and
the
Senator
pleasure
Judge.
of Senator Judge Cayetano?
Just to clarify the motion before we debate on it, because I heard Senator Bongo second, but he also stated that okay then i-remand. Because personally, I'm against the dismissal, but I would be willing to hear arguments on remanding. So I'm sorry, Senator Pimentel, I just want to know, is Senator Bongo actually proposing to amend the motion of Senator Judge Bato, and is Judge Bato amendable to that? Sorry.
No, Mr. President, I was not confused at all because
No, I'm the one who was confused.
Senator Go gave a seconding speech.
Yes.
So the motion stands. He is seconding the motion.
Pero yung
So-
laman, Mr. The reason I want to ask, because I will object with Senator Pimentel kung dismissal, but I will listen to the arguments kung remanding to the, no. So may I ask,
With the
with
permission
your
of the
permission.
Senator Judges to have the floor, may we hear from the principal movant? Senator Bato is recognized.
Mr. President, my motion stands. I am for dismissal of the impeachment case, and I don't know if I am open. I am open for discussion. I heard the statement of Senator Alan Cayetano, but still, I have already filed the motion,
Okay,
Mr.
so,
President.
Mr. President, so let me continue now. I made my objection, and if I be allowed, just like the movant who gave reasons, if the the objecting part judge can also give his reasons, Mr. President.
What is the pleasure of Senator Judge Villanueva?
Mr. President, this is to somehow give this representation's point of view with regard to the pending motion. And as I made mention a while ago, Mr. President, I am also objecting, Mr. President, respectfully. But hope springs eternal, Mr. President. Bigla kong narinig yung binanggit ni Senator Alan and Senator Bongo. And if I'll be able to explain later after the minority leader, perhaps this representation would be able to encourage and influence the original movement of the motion. So I yield the floor to our minority leader, Mr. President.
Chair would like to save the time of the court, so the chair will in the meantime allow Senator Pimentel to make of record his position, presumably against dismissal. Thereafter, before entertaining
Against the
other...
motion. Against the motion. Yeah.
Against the motion, before entertaining other senator judges to speak, the chair will suspend the session in case the appeals made will change anything, so that we will pursue this matter and put a matter to a vote with certainty. Senator Pimentel may proceed.
No, I think, Mr. President, the motion has been made, and this representation is objecting. So later on, we have to now process the motion and vote on it, because there is in the collegial body someone is objecting. Mr.
Senator
President.
Pimentel,
Yes.
you may proceed.
Yes, Mr. President. I will not address the political statements of the movant and the seconding parties, Mr. President. Ang tanong nila kung makakain ba daw itong impeachment process. Pero marami namang bagay sa buhay na importante rin na hindi nahahawakan. Tulad ng hustisya. Ang hustisya, hindi nga natin makita, hindi natin mahawakan niya, pero napakahalagang bagay po sa buhay ng tao. Ngayon, pagdating po sa Constitution, bakit inaangalan ko yung motion? The motion actually is unconstitutional, in the opinion of this representation, because according to Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 6, per sentence lang yung babasahin ko, the Senate shall have the sole power to try and decide all cases of impeachment. So tignan natin, mga fellow senator judges, sole power. So ibig sabihin ng sole power, tayo lang ang may kapangyarihan, ang Senado lamang ang may kapangyarihan na mag-try and decide. So litisin ang isang impeachment case at hatulan, desisyonan. Ngayon kung aayaw tayo kaagad, ni hindi natin na-try, ang try is litis, palabas yung mga facts para ma-apply natin yung judgment natin sa facts, wala na pong matatakbuhang ibang body. That's why a motion which cuts short the entire process is unconstitutional. And then, same article, Section 3, Paragraph 4, basahin ko ulit ito, pero paulit-ulit ko na ito sinasabi when we were in legislative session. In case the verified complaint or resolution of impeachment is filed by at least 1/3 of all the members of the House, the same shall constitute the articles of impeachment, and trial by the Senate shall forthwith proceed. I believe, and I think I'm correct, that the impeachment case against the Vice President falls exactly under the facts assumed in Paragraph 4. This is the articles of impeachment filed by at least 1/3 of all the members of the House. Lampas-lampas pa nga sa 1/3 of all the members of the House. Therefore, what should the Senate do? Trial by the Senate shall forthwith proceed. So, trial means we bring out the facts so that we can now apply what is the mandate of the Constitution. Mag-decide tayo given the facts. Should that impeached official continue to remain in office, or should that impeached official be removed from office? High-ranking government official. So kung makita po natin, in two constitutional provisions, andun yung word na try, andun yung word na trial. So wala po tayong choice but to respect, lalo na ito, we fall squarely under this subparagraph 4 which I just read. We have to respect the decision of the overwhelming majority of the members of the House of Representatives, more than 1/3, because they are also the representatives of the people. If they find something worthwhile charging a high-ranking government official with an impeachment and impeaching that official, the Senate has no choice but to hold the trial. Bakit? Yung mga representatives ng taong bayan sa House of Representatives, gusto rin makita ng taong bayan, did they act properly? Did they act justly? Ano bang ebidensya nila? Ilabas yan. O kasi kung wala ring ebidensya, sinayang yung oras, sinayang yung resources, next election, lagot kayo sa inyong constituents. And then at the same time, a trial necessitates respecting the rights of the parties. We are also respecting the right of the impeached official kasi kaya nga tawag sa kanya, impeached officer na siya eh. So, na-tarnish na nga actually ang kanyang reputation in public service ng House of Representatives. The trial will give that impeached officer the chance to clear his or her name and at the same time maybe rebuild his or her reputation, Mr. President. And then, since the presiding officer, when we adopted the rules, when he made the motion to adopt our rules, we did not only adopt our Senate rules on impeachment, we also adopted some rules of the rules of court and then some circulars and some amendments. In a court proceeding, ito by analogy, we are actually like a court. In a court proceeding, since the judge should observe the cold neutrality of an impartial judge, yung mga pagkakamali or pagkukulang alleged sa complaint, sa information, it should be the affected or aggrieved party which should raise that before the judge or before the judges in a collegial body. Yun po yung tamang kilos ng cold, neutral, and impartial judge. Let the parties point this out to us. Therefore, even if you want to entertain this, although ako sabi ko it's unconstitutional, we cannot entertain this, in the normal court processes, this may even be premature to entertain because let's await the answer to be filed by the impeached official. Tignan natin if she, the impeached officer, will point this all to us. And then, sabi ko nga, ang daming facts na kailangan natin malaman. Did yung mga 10 days, 3 days, and then it requires familiarity with the rules of the House. So, Mr. President, for all these reasons, I object to the motion, but my anchor argument is that it is unconstitutional. The Senate, as the impeachment court, cannot cut short the process by dismissing an impeachment complaint, Mr. President. Thank you.
Senator Ontiveros is recognized. You may proceed, ma'am.
Salamat po, Mr. Presiding Officer. I too object to the motion of Senator Judge De La Rosa. A motion to dismiss is not found. Hindi po nahahanap itong motion to dismiss sa Rules of Procedure on Impeachment na literal ka-adapt lang po natin. At kung mayroon man, hindi Senator Judge ang magre-raise nun, kundi ang defendant. Si Vice President Sara Duterte ang dapat mag-raise niyan. Higit pa po, naniniwala ako na hindi po tayo pwedeng kumilos unilaterally sa dismissal ng impeachment complaint nang hindi pa natin naririnig kahit isang salita mula sa prosecution, ni isang salita mula sa defense tungkol dun sa di umanong constitutional infirmities ng impeachment complaint. Ang due process ay nagre-require na bigyan natin pareho ang prosecution at ang defense ng oportunidad na madinig sa bagay na ito. Ang landmark Philippine Supreme Court case, ang Tibay versus Court of Industrial Relations, GR number L46496, February 27, 1940, ay inisa-isa yung mga essential elements o tinawag nitong cardinal primary rights ng due process, partikular sa mga administrative o quasi-judicial proceedings. Kasama po dito ang the right to a hearing, that the tribunal consider the evidence presented, that the decision must have something to support itself, and the existence of substantial evidence. The decision must be based on the evidence adduced at the hearing. At wala pong panlabas o hindi totoong mga bagay-bagay ay dapat mag-impluwensya sa outcome doon. Ang pinaka-basic tenet ng due process ay yung karapatang marinig. Kung yung mga parties nga po ay hindi nabigyan ng oportunidad lumahok sa proceedings, itong impeachment court ay magiging vulnerable sa isang atake na nilabag natin ang due process. At sa pananaw ko, sila'y magiging tama. Ang rekomendasyon ko po ay, bago magdesisyon ang body na ito sa usaping ito, i-notify po muna natin ang prosecution at ang defense tungkol sa motion ni Senator Judge De La Rosa at bigyan sila ng sapat na panahon magsumite ng kanilang comments sa bagay na ito. Gusto ko rin pong gawing of record, Mr. Presiding Officer, na batay sa pagkaintindi ko, yung alleged infirmities ng articles of impeachment ay kwinestyon sa harap ng Korte Suprema. Nasa Korte Suprema na po ang usaping ito. At wala naman pong TRO na ibinaba ang Korte Suprema. Mr. Presiding Officer, maintaining the view that the parties should comment on the question made before this body, para po sa akin, ang impeachment court ay dapat lamang po tayong mag-rule sa motion pagkatapos nating ni-require yung parties mag-comment dun sa motion ni Senator Judge De La Rosa within that sufficient period of time as the good presiding officer may determine. Pending this, minimaintain ako po, Mr. Presiding Officer, ang aking objection sa motion. Salamat po.
Thank you, Senator Ontiveros. What is the pleasure of Senator Judge Villanueva and thereafter Senator Judge Cayetano?
Thank you very much.
Senator Judge Villanueva, you may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President, Presiding Officer. Nung sumumpa po tayo bilang mga senador ng Republika ng Pilipinas, ang sinumpaan din po nating tungkulin ay pag nagkaroon ng pagkakataon na magkaroon ng impeachment proceedings, tayo po ay tatayo bilang mga senator judges ng impeachment proceedings. Nung time po, Ginoong Pangulo, na tayo ay nung time po na ang House of Representatives ay dininig itong mga several impeachment complaints, natatandaan ko yung tatay ko, Ginoong Pangulo, hindi po siya pumirma, not just because he doesn't believe in the impeachment complaint, but because he knows for a fact that his son will stand as one of the jurors, as one of the judges, Mr. President. Kaya po, nais nating panatiliin ang pinakamataas na antas ng integridad at pagkilala sa mga nagaganap dito po sa bulwagang ito. And having said that, Mr. President, this representation during the time when we have yet to convene the impeachment court objected to the motion because this representation believes that the motion should be filed in this impeachment court. Now, in this impeachment court, Mr. President, I am objecting because, let me quote again, Article 6, Section 3, Paragraph 4 of the 87 Constitution provides that upon the filing of a verified complaint impeachment by at least one-third of the members of the House of Representatives, trial by the Senate shall forthwith proceed. At ito ho yung dahilan kung bakit ang ating Senate President nagpagawa agad ng robes, pinrepair ang bulwagang ito, at hindi natin sinasabi, Mr. President, na mababaliwala yung mga binanggit ni Senator Bato, Judge Senator Bato, Judge Senator Bongo, tungkol po doon sa impeachment complaint. Hindi din po natin binabaliwala at kailangan talagang mapag-usapan natin yung tungkol sa 1-year ban, yung pong tungkol sa jurisdiction ng impeachment court to make sure that the representatives representing the House of Representatives shares the same intention as the 19th Congress, ito pong 20th Congress ng HOR. Number 2, Mr. President, yung Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 6 na binanggit po kanina ng ating minority leader. Ang Senate's role is to try and decide all cases of impeachment. Kaya po, sa totoo lang, Mr. President, tinignan ko ho yung Constitution, hindi ko po makita kung binibigyan ng authority ang Senado para i-grant yung to summarily dismiss, Mr. President, ang isang impeachment complaint. The power of initial determination belongs solely to the House, ang Senate magta-try. Mr. President, nung pong panahon ng impeachment ni then Chief Justice Corona, may motion po during the trial yung second day, wherein the defense challenged the validity and legality of the proceedings. And in connection with the initiation of the impeachment complaint of the House of Representatives, the defense argued that the verification of the impeachment complaint was fatally defective and should thus be dismissed. Ang impeachment court po ruled in favor of the prosecution on the said motion, and arguing that the impeachment complaint was made in accordance with Paragraph 4, Section 3, Article 11 of the Constitution. So, yung defective, na fatally defective, kanina nabanggit po, kaya po ako nabuhayan ng loob dahil may nabanggit po kanina si Senator Alan, si Senator Judge Alan Cayetano, Senator Judge Bongo, tungkol po doon sa checking yung House of Representatives. Kung sila ba ay interesado pa, kung sila ba ay naniniwala na tatawid mula sa 19th to 20th Congress ang impeachment na ito, kailangan po natin makita ito at malaman. And if that is the motion, Mr. President, I am more than willing to support that motion because para sa akin, and this is my own personal opinion as a senator judge, hindi po madidelay ang impeachment trial. Hindi po maaapektuhan ang impeachment trial sapagkat ibabalik po natin sa kanila at sasabihin natin, meron ba itong verified complaint na ito? Ito ba ay inyong sinusuportahan pa rin sa 20th Congress? So, Ginoong Pangulo, for that reasons, I would again reiterate my objection to the motion to dismiss, Mr. President. Thank you.
Senator Cayetano.
Sir President, I take this podium in the hope that after I speak, Senator Judge Bato will get behind my idea, or the idea eloquently espoused by Senator Joel Villanueva. Sabi po sa Section 88 of Rule 30 of the Rules of the Senate, the sponsor or any motion or measure, the sponsor of any motion or measure may withdraw or modify it before its amendments or resolution or before a nominal vote is ordered on the same. Before Senator Pimentel, Senator Judge, Minority Leader Pimentel spoke, clarify lang po ni Senator Bato that he's standing, itutuloy po niya yung motion, and I think hindi niya kinonsider ng motion to amend yung statement ni Senator Bato. But after hearing Senator Bongo, after hearing Senator Joel Villanueva, after hearing the Majority Leader and Minority Leader, I ask you for some patience. Just hear me out on a very practical approach to this. No? You know, every time I'm confused or di ko malaman yung sagot, I go to Jeremiah 29:11 that states, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future." But I'm reminded that kung ang Diyos may plano sa atin, ang demonyo may plano din sa atin. So one way or the other, we have to make a decision today, and it has to be the right decision. So ito yung very practical approach ko po. We can do three things. We can dismiss it today, we can remand it to the House of Representatives, or pwede natin ituloy bukas. If we dismiss it today, based on the ground that it is violated the Constitution at more than once na po ito na-file in 1 year, we don't have enough time today to debate that. As the minority leader said, yes, we can take judicial notice of the dates, pero I want to see the documents. Kailan ba talaga nag-file, sino final, etc. So aabot tayo bukas and even tomorrow with 23 opinions dito. My point is, Mr. President, I cannot in conscience, as a lawyer and as a senator judge, just make that rash decision that it violated the 1 year. I mean, ngayon ko lang nalaman na pwede yan, or if we were thinking about it the last few days, pero ang Supreme Court nakailang araw na, nakailang linggo na, hindi rin nagdedesisyon pa. So, mabigat tong puntong ito. That's my appeal to Senator Bato, na mabigat desisyonan ng dismissed based on it has not been filed, that we violated the Constitution na mahigit isang beses tong final. Yes, may mga Supreme Court decision. That's why I'm ready to consider it. Kung wala kasing Supreme Court decisions, walang mag-guide sa atin eh. Kung unang beses to na hinaharap natin ng impeachment at 4 ang final, whatever we decide, pupunta sa Supreme Court eh. Pero ilang beses na to pumunta sa Supreme Court eh. So meron ding guide, but do we have enough time right now? Second po, handa ba ang prosecution? Ang makakasagot lang po nun, not even the re-elected prosecutors. Remember po, magkakaroon pa ho ng session sa umaga ng SONA sa July. At mag-e-elect pa ng speaker. And based on that, i-confirm pa nila kung itutuloy nila to o hindi. Of course, by all indications now, itutuloy. But why will I assume that? Why will I also assume na 4 yung final? Hindi ko nakikita pa yung lahat ng dokumento. Pero lahat ng briefer nandito. Kung talagang kailangan mag-decide today, they give us a few minutes, we'll take judicial notice or ask our very able secretariat. No? The third is that hindi daw pwedeng tumulay sa 20th Congress. Pero lahat tayo po ay nag-agree na hindi natin mapipigilan ang 20th Congress na i-take up to. So, bibilisan ko na po ha. If we dismiss it today, pwede ba mag-file ng motion for reconsideration yung prosecutors? If yes, kailan nila ipapile to? Tomorrow. Kung hindi tomorrow, sa 20th na to. So, all the arguments na sinabi ni Senator Bato, totoo din, dun na yon. Okay. If ituloy naman natin tomorrow, babasahin yung articles, bibigyan ng 10 araw, mag-issue ng summons, bibigyan ng 10 araw na sumagot ang akusado or yung the Vice President has been impeached, and then pwede yung prosecutors 5 days, aabot na tayo ng June 30 nun, hindi pa nagko-convene ang 20th Congress until the day nung SONA. So, in both cases, dismissed or tuloy, dun pa rin tayo magharap eh. Ano po ang benefit ng pag-remand? Again, excuse me everyone sa legal, moral, because I only had a few minutes to think about this. Kung sana si Senator Bongo ang nagpa-amend, I was willing to listen. Pero hindi daw yun amendment at hindi tinanggap ni Senator Bato. So ako nagmumove ngayon na i-consider ni Senator Bato, i-amend yung motion niya from dismissal to remanding. No, I cannot move myself na i-remand because may pending motion now. But I can ask him to amend his motion. And why will remanding be in the interest of justice and consistent with our oath of political neutrality? Kasi ang mangyayari nito, hindi pa binabasa yung articles of impeachment bukas, babalik to sa House of Representatives. Hihingin natin ngayon na isa-certify nila na hindi nila violate yung 1 impeachment per year. Number 2, By the time they answer sa 20th Congress, prosecutors na ng 20th Congress ang mag-affirm na interesado kami na itutuloy namin to. And by that time, the 12 senators po who have joined the 20th Congress will have the wherewithal and the say-so how to proceed. So I'm just looking from it from a practical point of view. It might not sit well with my colleagues. If I wasn't a lawyer, perfect yung aking pong sinasabi. But being a lawyer, kailangan ko rin pag-isipan. Pero tignan niyo lang po from a practical point of view. Pag dinismiss natin to ngayon, maibabalik din nila, Senator Bato. I-file din nila. Pagka naman hindi natin dinismiss, doon din ang mangyayari. Pag niremand natin, may mangyayari. May malalim na pag-iisip ng mangyayari dito. That's why I'm asking Senator Bato if he will, again, consider amending his motion.
Mr. President, because in the course of the manifestation of Senator Alan Cayetano, he mentioned that the minority leader is somehow encouraging judicial notice.
No. I mean,
can I state my position?
No,
Actually,
Senator, I was agreeing with you that we cannot decide. We cannot take
judicial notice
I said, yes.
of all those facts being alleged. We cannot. That is my
I think
position.
Senator Judge Cayetano agreed with you.
Yes, I
Senator
said,
Judge Pimentel.
even myself, I am not in favor of taking judicial notice kahit may magsabing pwede. I'm sorry, Minority Leader, if it made it appear that I'm speaking for you. I'm agreeing with you na mahirap mag-decision ngayon on dismissal based on the grounds na binigay sa atin nila Senator Bato and Senator Bongo and our other colleagues.
To clarify, before I recognize Senator Bato, the chair, as it understood the point raised by Senator Cayetano, is that the basis of the two grounds raised by Senator Bato in seeking a dismissal.
Three grounds, Mr.
Three grounds.
Presiding.
Cannot be taken judicial notice of by the court, and that these facts must be obtained, if at all, and or ascertained from the parties involved. In this case, the House prosecutors and the 19th Congress members who signed. That is the understanding of the chair with respect to the statement of Senator Cayetano. Yes. Senator Bato is recognized. Senator Judge Bato is recognized, rather. You may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Before I comment on the manifestation of Senator Judge Alan Peter Cayetano, I just would like to react on the manifestation made a while ago by Senator Judge Risa Hontiveros, that the Senate as an impeachment court has no power to dismiss any impeachment complaint. I would just like to share to the body, Mr. President, that the power of the Senate to try and hear an impeachment complaint necessarily includes the power to dismiss the complaint. This is basic, that the grant of express powers includes the grant of incidental or necessary powers. We apply, by analogy, the principle of competence in German and competence, de la competence in French, which is indeed a major part of incidental or inherent jurisdiction of any judicial or arbitral tribunal. It is necessary component in the exercise of the judicial function and does not need to be expressly provided for in the constitutive documents of those tribunals. Kaya, Mr. President, kahit hindi ako lawyer, masasabi ko, if this impeachment court has the power to dismiss an impeachment complaint, walang silbi itong korte na ito, Mr. President. That's my opinion, Mr. President. Ano bang gamit ng korte na ito kung hindi inherent yung power niya to dismiss? So that's my humble legal opinion, although I am not a lawyer, Mr. President. And Mr. President, going back to the manifestation of Senator Cayetano, sometimes I am contemplating that how I wish Senator Cayetano is always present in the floor. Every time a crisis is being faced by this August chamber, Mr. President, because his ideas and his mere presence only can cool down the boiling hearts and heating heads. So with that, Mr. President, I would like to ask for a 1-minute suspension because before I made my final decision on the manifestation of Senator Cayetano, I would like to confer with my co-movants, Mr. President. Baka iinit naman ang ulo nito mga kasamahan ko, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. 1-minute suspension.
Session is suspended. Senator Judges Alan Cayetano and De La Rosa. Prior to both gentlemen, Chair would like to recognize Senator Gatchalian. Senator Judge Gatchalian.
Thank you, Presiding Officer.
You may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Mr. Presiding Officer, I was listening intently earlier in the exchanges of our good colleagues. And sa mga nakukuha ko, itong gagawin nating desisyon ay napakahalaga po. Dahil ito po ang magdidikta kung paano po tatakbo itong impeachment proceedings. Kung matutuloy ba, hindi ba matutuloy, o mareremand po. At narinig ko po ang ating kasamahan, si Senator Judge Bato de la Rosa, sa kanyang privilege speech earlier, na meron pong dalawang issue na lumalabas dito po sa impeachment or sa articles of impeachment. Unang-una ay yung articles of impeachment allegedly ay constitutionally infirm. No? Yun po ang aking pagkakaintindi sa kanyang talumpati kanina po. At pangalawa, itong articles of impeachment hindi ho pwedeng tumawid sa 20th Congress. Ginoong Presiding Officer, itong constitutionally infirm ay tingin ko premature para po desisyonan ngayong gabing ito. Dahil hindi pa ho tayo nag-uumpisa sa trial proper. At hindi pa ho natin naririnig yung mga argumento ng prosecutor or ng defense. Ito po ay allegation na personally ako po, hindi ko ho nakikita pa yung dokumento. Hindi ko ho nakikita pa yung mga papeles kung talaga bang constitutionally infirm or hindi ho siya constitutionally infirm. Pangalawa, hindi rin po natin pa naririnig yung argumento ng mga kasamahan ho natin sa House of Representatives. Kung tatanungin ho natin sila, sigurado po ako sasabihin nila na ito ay constitutionally sound. Pero hindi ho natin naririnig po ho yan. Kaya ho, napakahirap po magdesisyon para sa akin ngayong gabing ito dahil ho, hindi ho natin nabibigyan pa ng oportunidad yung prosecution as well as yung defense. Dahil ho, sa tingin ko, ilalabas rin ho ito ng defense team pagdating po sa impeachment trial. So mga kasama, ako nahihirapan po kung gumawa ng desisyon, sa totoo lang, dahil po hindi pa ho natin nakikita yung mga dokumento at hindi pa rin ho natin naririnig yung mga argumento. At pangalawa, doon po sa issue ng crossover. Ako po ay sumasang-ayon sa argumento po ng ating ginoong presiding officer kahapon nung binanggit niya yung discussions during the 1987 Constitution. Kunin ko lang po yung aking notes. Kasi nagtatanong rin po ako, bakit ba ho dinisenyo ang Senado na mayroong 12-12? Kasi ho, kung ang Senado ay dapat mag-terminate at the end of every Congress, sama 24-24 po ang elections. 24 senators ang matatapos at 24 senators rin ang ihahalal ng taong bayan. Pero hindi ho ganun ang nakadesenyo ang Senado. Kaya sumasang-ayon po ako sa talumpati ng ating presiding officer na dinesenyo ho to sa to the other Congress. So, ginong presiding officer, malinaw na ang intention kaya ginawa pong 12-12. No? Kasi basic ho yan eh. Kung dapat ho tayo ma-terminate katulad po ng lower house, dapat po lahat hinahalal. Pero hindi ho ganun ang disenyo. Ang disenyo po ay 12-12 para po sa mga ganitong sitwasyon na maitatawid po ng impeachment proceedings to the next Congress. But babalik po ako doon sa unang contention, which is the constitutional infirmity ng articles of impeachment. In my opinion, ito po ay premature para po desisyonan ho natin yung gabi. Dapat po marinig ho natin yung argumento ng mga prosecutors pagdating po ng impeachment trial. Dahil dadating ho rin tayo dyan sa impeachment trial. At doon po lalabas itong mga argumentong to at doon ho natin malalaman at maintindihan kung ito po ay constitutionally infirm at kung dapat po i-dismiss o i-remand or kung ano man ang action na gagawin po ng ating impeachment court. So maraming salamat, Ginong Presiding Officer.
Senator Poe is recognized. Senator Judge Poe is recognized. You may proceed, ma'am.
Mr. Presiding Officer, thank you for this opportunity to clarify, for me to clarify certain issues. Let me make it clear that proceeding with this trial should not be construed as a finding of guilt. Ang paglilitis ay hindi hatol na ng pagkakasala. Ngayon po, gaya nga ng sinabi, no, yung mga pinagdedebatihan, yung iba sinasabi, i-remand, ibalik muna sa House. Kasi hindi natin alam, sinabi nila, yung mga papasok na ibang nahalal na congressman, kung ito ba ay kanilang sinusuportahan pa na impeachment. Sa aking pananaw po, ang pinag-uusapan natin dito ay hindi pa muna yung 20th Congress, kundi yung 19th Congress. At ngayon, nag-convene lamang tayo, pero hindi pa tayo nag-umpisa ng trial, which is actually what is constitutionally mandated by us, is to be able to conduct the trial of any impeachment that is elevated to the Senate. So, wala po tayong lusot by saying na, hindi, nag-convene na tayo and the decision is, ibalik natin sa House. Gaya nga ng sinabi, ewan ko kung gusto niya pabanggit, remanding it, is it a nice way of saying we are invalidating it? So, ako kasi, yung iniisip ko ganito, dahil mag-graduate na ako, gusto ko lang masiguro na ginawa ko ang aking mandato, which is, dahil nga, unfortunately or fortunately, umabot pa rin sa 19th Congress itong impeachment na ito. So nakasaad na kailangan ay ilitis kung ito ba ay makatarungan o hindi. So gagawin lang natin yon ngayon. Kung kulang na talaga sa oras, pass your papers, hindi natapos, hindi na natin saklaw yon dahil pwede natin sabihin, ginawa natin, hindi lang nagkaroon ng desisyon. Wala naman nagsasabing kailangan may desisyon. Sinabi lang ay umpisahan ang pagdinig ukol dito. So, yun yung next. Ngayon, tungkol naman po dun sa sinasabi na Apat kasi yung impeachment complaints eh. 'Di ba? So parang hindi inaksyonan yung tatlo, yung isa lamang. So parang hindi matibay ang pundasyon dahil meron ng tanong ukol sa ukol sa legality nito dahil hindi inaksyonan. With a simultaneous referral, dito sa Gutierrez versus House of Representatives, sinasabi with a simultaneous referral of multiple complaints filed, more than one lighted matchsticks light the candle at the same time. What is important is there should only be one candle that is kindled in a year, such that once the candle starts burning, subsequent matchsticks can no longer rekindle the candle. Anyway, maybe to put it, to explain it, it's more like apat nga yung na-file doon, pero ang pinagbotohan nila ay isa lang. Therefore, yung impeachment complaint na pinagbotohan na yun lamang ang ni-refer sa atin. Yung iba, parang baliwala yun kasi hindi naman yun naging official eh. Hindi yun yung official complaint because it did not receive 1/3 of the House support. So, may mga nagsasabi, katulad nga nito, and even our presiding officer, I believe, is also of this thinking that the impeachment court of the Senate, just like the Senate Electoral Tribunal, can actually cross over to the next Congress. So, in this case, it can cross over to them, and it is actually their prerogative, the 20th Congress, to vote on this and to say that, no, we don't agree with it, there's no basis for it. But we cannot also, what do you call this, by saying na, anyway, may tatawid naman yan, wag na natin gawin ngayon kasi sayang naman ang oras. Kaya po tayo may mga ganitong usapin ng impeachment dahil maraming programa ang gobyerno. Pero ang mga programa na yan ay hindi maiimplementa ng tama kung ang mga namumuno sa atin ay hindi natin, halimbawa ay merong kakulangan. Kaya nga 'di ba? Kasi magpapasa ka ng batas, pero kung halimbawa ang nakaupo sa isang posisyon ay hindi naman na maayos na na-implementa o nagagawa yung trabaho, baliwala rin yon. Kaya nga po, merong impeachment court para lahat ng duly elected officials are given a chance to defend themselves and also are held accountable. Now, again mahirap talaga patunayan ito, pero mahirap din gumawa ng desisyon kung hindi natin nakikita ang pruweba. So, sa akin, hindi ko masasabi guilty or not guilty sapagkat wala pa nga pinipresenta. To remand it, bakit i-remand para sa akin kung dahil lang sa desisyon na hindi natin alam kung ano ang magiging desisyon ng mga papasok na members of the 20th Congress. We are talking about the 19th Congress, and I just want to make sure that whatever mandate I have left to perform in this 19th Congress, I am able to deliver and comply with. That's all, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Senator Judge De La Rosa is recognized. You may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. After ng aming pagngilay-ngilay, Mr. President, we come to a decision that I am inclined to accept the amendment to my motion being put forward by Senator Judge Alan Cayetano, Mr. President. Thank you. Provided can
Before Senator Judge Pimentel stands up, let's allow Senator Judge De La Rosa to finish.
Provided that Senator Judge Cayetano can elucidate this body once again, Mr. President, about his proposed amendment. Thank you, Mr. President.
Parliament, the status of the hearing is that the movant has expressed his intention to possibly amend his original motion that we are acting on at the moment via a debate. So may the
May I
Honorable
restate, Mr.
Senator
President?
Judge Cayetano state the amendment to the motion and what the motion will now be.
Thank
may
you,
proceed,
Senate
sir.
President, Mr. Presiding Officer. Siguro, Mr. President, bago ko i-restate, kasi yung confusion whether remanding is dismissing. Kasi ang sinabi ko po kanina, 3 ang action na pwede natin gawin. Ituloy as is, i-remand o kaya i-dismiss. Dismissal is tantamount to an acquittal for this year. So that means next year ka na pwede mag-file. Pero pwede kasi once a year pwede ka mag-file. And to clarify, I'll not debate with Senator Grace po, but my understanding kasi ma'am to a kapwa Senator Judge, tama yung binasa mong case if yung naunang mga final ay hinir nila. Tapos anong pinadala nila dito? In this case kasi ang allegation, yung 3 final, isinisan tabi nila eh. Hindi nila pre-process, hindi pinadala sa Speaker's Office, hindi pinadala sa Rules Committee o Justice Committee, hindi ni-report out as the Constitution says. And there's a legal maxim kasi that what you cannot do directly, you cannot do indirectly. So kung magiging ganyan ang sistema ng House of Representatives, all you have to do is keep accepting impeachment throughout the year, kahit 1,000, and then pick one that you like and then i-forward sa atin. That will violate the Constitution na dapat isang complaint lang. So ang allegation kasi dito is that they did not follow their own rules. But sang-ayon ako sa iyo at kay Senator Win Gatchalian na are we all ready to look into that tonight and debate? Even tomorrow. Even tomorrow. This isn't a 15-minute discussion in accordance with the rules per senator. Malalim na diskusyon to kasi kung Supreme Court man is taking time to decide this. This will be precedent setting eh, di ba? So let me clarify in Tagalog. 2 ang pwede nating gawin, ituloy o ibasura. Ang dismissal, ibasura. I am not proposing na ibasura. Yun nga ang pakiusap ko kay Senator Bato and I will restate it. Yung ituloy, 2 klaseng ituloy. Bukas, babasahin and then i-issue yung summons. But that will not stop Senator Bato or any one of us from questioning pag binasa ng prosecutors tomorrow, yan ba ay 4th impeachment complaint? Balik na naman tayo sa step 1 ngayon. Yung remand ay ibalik. Ibalik sa House at maybe I can state it, Mr. President, no? So ang aking pong amendment ay ibalik sa House at ipa-certify sa House na number 1, including the circumstances, na hindi nila violate yung Constitution in entertaining more than 1 impeachment complaint in 1 year. Number 2, na interesado silang ituloy ang impeachment complaint. At pangatlo, yung pangatlo, Mr. President, is really the judges nung 20th eh, kung anong gusto nilang gawin. So nasa atin yon, hindi sa House, no? Ang problema, Mr. President, hindi ang 19th Congress ang sasagot nito, yung 20th Congress. Kasi kahit sumagot bukas na gusto nilang tumuloy at i-certify nila, paano kung yung 20th Congress ibalik naman? So I'm open to an amendment to my amendment. I'm just saying I think there is wisdom now in not dismissing it, and there's nothing lost na ibalik ito sa Kongreso at ayusin nila yung isasubmit sa atin. Re-reiterate ko yung sinabi ko po kahapon o nung isang araw. Hindi nating kasalanan na last day of session, February 5. Marami po tayong kasalanan, hindi tayo naguhugas kamay. Pero hindi natin kasalanan na last day final, na yung pang-4 ang final, at nag-eleksyon habang final. So that is why there is wisdom in remanding it rather than dismissing it or rather than ituloy natin bukas as if walang nangyari. Just a last point. I don't agree totally with Brother Robin na hindi natin ginawa yung legislative agenda, yung mga ipapasa. Pero nakita naman po natin, BICAM report na lang po eh. The reality is, kung tutuloy natin yung debate until 10, 11 tonight, pagdating natin bukas mag-impeachment court, lahat ng mga BICAM na yon balik to square one at marami doon ay sayang, pwede na talagang i-take up kaagad-agad, Mr. President. So the amendment is instead of dismissing, is ibalik sa Kongreso, and then subject to style, no? I-certify ng Kongreso na hindi nila nilabag ang konstitusyon in more than one filing, and number two, na interesado silang ituloy at sino yung nakatakdang prosecutors nila, Mr. President.
Just to clarify, yung binabanggit po ninyo, Ginoo, na interesado pa at gusto pang ipursige ng Kongreso ang impeachment complaint na ito ay tumutukoy sa 20th Congress, hindi ng 19th Congress.
In my opinion, Mr. President, kasi kahit sumagot ang 19th na they're interested, they cannot bind the 20th Congress.
In that regard, the chair agrees because the chair has been saying from the start of these proceedings since late February that the trial will be conducted by the 20th Congress. Given the lateness of the hour that the impeachment complaint was filed, the most that the 19th Congress can do would be to issue summons and require the Vice President to answer the charges against her, and such other orders that we can make in the 19th Congress that may be used by the 20th Congress once it proceeds to trial. Pero tulad po ng binanggit nyo, tatawid ito, hindi rin paniniwala ko, at kung may mga pag-uutos man tayong gagawin, kaugnay niyan, makakadagdag yun sa argumento na ito'y tatawid sa 20th Congress. Having said that, the chair, the presiding officer, has every intention of issuing summons at the end of these proceedings. Again, in order to make sure that we make most out of the time of the 19th Congress, leading to the actual trial pag nagbukas na po ang 20th Congress sa July 28.
Just a point of clarification.
Senator Poe is recognized. You may proceed, ma'am.
Since we have our two legal luminaries here. So if we remand it to Congress, will the presiding officer still issue a summons? Or are we going to wait for...
Yes.
Pwede ba yun? Na-remanda sa kanila pero we're still going through the process?
The motion of Senator Cayetano, he said, is subject to style. That's why the chair was earlier clarifying
I have no objection.
what the effect of that will be.
Yes. Mr. President,
because
may
again, the intention of the presiding officer before we end the proceedings in the 19th Congress is to issue summons.
Yeah, Mr. President.
Okay,
So perhaps,
what is the goal, Mr.
allow the
Presiding?
presiding officer to finish, Your Honor. So perhaps we can entertain several orders to be issued by the court in order to address the concerns of Senator Bato and the other senator judges for information so that we can make a judgment once trial resumes in the 20th Congress, while at the same time requiring the Vice President, the respondent, to answer.
So what
is the pleasure of the lady?
Yes, just another clarification.
Yes, please.
Last. When we remand to Congress, what are we expecting them to comply with? Let's say we remand it to them, and then it takes them a day and they return it to us. Do we continue with our
I think the point of Senator Judge Cayetano was clear earlier. That's why I asked for a clarification. Number one, for them to submit compliance requirements that they did not violate the one-year ban provided for in the Constitution, because as Senator Judges Ontiveros and Gatchalian mentioned earlier, and Senator Judge Pimentel, we cannot take judicial notice of these things. We need information emanating from the House of Representatives. And number two, for the members of the 20th Congress to so indicate that they are still persisting with the case, given that the trial will be held by and under the 20th Congress. This presupposes the earlier statement made by the presiding officer and some members of the court that the 19th and 20th cannot bind. The 19th Congress cannot bind the 20th Congress. The 19th House cannot bind the 20th House, Same is true with the 19th Senate. It cannot bind the 20th Senate. Senator Villanueva.
Mr. President, Mr. Presiding Officer, I think maganda po na mapag-usapan ito at nakakataba ng puso that we are moving forward. Ako po hindi isang abogado at alam ko po na ang impeachment proceeding ay sui generis, a class of its own, and I am more than willing to be schooled by our legal luminaries here in this August chamber, Mr. President. Unang tanong ko po sana kanina at sinagot po kaagad ng ating kasamahan, Senator Judge Alan Cayetano, hindi po tantamount to dismissal ang remanding. Ang pangalawang tanong ko po, Ginoong Pangulo, Mr. Presiding Officer, will this anyhow delay the impeachment proceedings na ating ginagalawan ngayon, considering we did not just constitute as an impeachment court. Tayo po ngayon ay nag-convene na as an impeachment court. Hindi po ba ito madidelay? At meron po bang, is this time-bound, Mr. President? Ito pong pinag-uusapan natin ngayon. We are asking this since there was an indication by Vice President herself na merong right to speedy disposition of cases. Thank you, Mr. President.
Para sagutin ang katanungan ni Senator Judge Villanueva, tulad ng sinabi ng presiding officer kanina, matapos ma-issue ang summons, mabibigyan ng 10 araw mula sa pagkakatanggap noon ang nasasakdal para magbigay ng kanyang kasagutan. Pagkatapos noon, kung ninanais ng prosecution, maaari silang magsumite ng reply. Makalipas ang 5 araw, matapos nilang matanggap yung sagot ng nasasakdal doon sa summons at sa copy ng complaint. Aabot na tayo ng halos patapos na ng buwan ng Hunyo o humigit kumulang June 26, depende kung kailan nila matatanggap at depende kung kailan natin matatanggap. Titigil ang paglilitis dahil wala ng authority ang mga prosecutor na magpatuloy pa sa kapasidad na yon dahil tapos na ang kanilang termino sa ilalim ng 19th Congress. Hindi rin pwede mag-function ang mga private prosecutors kung meron man dahil ang kanilang otoridad ay nanggaling sa mga kongresistang natapos na yung termino. So walang mangyayari mula June 30 hanggang July 28 pag-resume muli ng Kongreso. Ang pagkakaunawa ko sa motion ni Senator Cayetano ay habang naghihintay tayo sa panahong ito, dahil nga wala tayong sapat na kaalaman para pagpasahan itong masalimuot na isyong ito na binanggit ni Senator Judge Bato de la Rosa, pwede tayong mag-issue ng mga kautusan para tugunan ng prosecution man o ng nasasakdal para sa gayon sa pag-convene ng 20th Congress at ng impeachment court muli sa ilalim ng 20th Congress, kompleto at hawak na natin ang mga dokumentong kailangan natin na binabanggit na ilan sa mga senator judges ngayon, kaugnay sa issue na binanggit ni Senator Bato o kung may iba pang issue na nais i-bring up ng sinumang senator judge, pwedeng ipaloob sa kautusang yon ng impeachment court na ito sa prosecution man o sa panig man ng nasasakdal.
So, Mr. President, I still have the floor. May I know if I still have the floor?
This is actually a point of order. We will not touch on the subject. Just to improve our processes or our procedure, Mr. President. Tingnan nyo kayo, nakapagsalita kayo, sa pagkakaunawa ko, ito ang motion ni Senator Cayetano. Mag-motion subject to style. Kung pwede po, iwasan natin yun. We are now a court. Hindi tayo mag-approve ng motion subject to style. The motion must be accurately, succinctly stated. Ano ang gusto ninyong ma-achieve, i-move ninyo, then we will decide. No motion subject to style. Delikado yun. Tapos delikado, kaya tinabot, kanya-kanyang pag-unawa tayo kasi actually, Mr. President, kahit abogado ako, hindi ko na nasundan yung kahaba-habang manifestation ninyo eh. Hindi ko na po nasundan yun. So, let us now state the motion as amended properly, clearly, and correctly. Then let's process it in accordance with parliamentary rules of procedure. That's my suggestion, Mr.
Your Honor,
President.
we have not yet, and we are not yet acting on the motion. This is part of the discussions, given that everything is being made of record and not being discussed in the back rooms. And I think this will, if at all, enrich the records so that the people and, if at all, in the future, they can look back to these debates and see how things have developed as it was originally proposed. Senator Villanueva, you may proceed.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. And that's the main reason, Mr. President, that this representation would continue to ask the movant. And as earlier mentioned, Mr. President, we are ready to be schooled by our legal luminaries here in this August chamber, because this is the first time I'm hearing the word remanding, Mr. President. And that's why I wanted to understand. Because, Mr. President, kung hindi po mai-impede ang impeachment court na ating ginagalawan ngayon in performing its constitutional duties and obligations, then I have no problems, Mr. President, in supporting the motion. And that's the main reason why I wanted to ask, Mr. President, yung tungkol din po doon sa time-bound, hanggang kailan po ito? Kailan natin sasabihin yung hindi madidelay dahil yung defense panel, pati yung prosecution, ayaw natin na masayang yung oras po nila. They have the right, Mr. President, na madinig at madinggin ang kanilang mga issues, Mr. President.
Mr. President?
So if I would,
May I answer?
I was eliciting an answer, Mr. President, to the
Senator
gentleman from
Judge
Taguig.
Cayetano is recognized
Thank
to
you.
answer with the indulgence of Senator Judge
Yes.
Ontiveros.
I-
You may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Senator Ontiveros. To answer the Minority Leader, Senator Judge Pimentel, and Senator Judge Villanueva, first, meron bang delay? As far as I can see po, wala. Kasi kapag tinuloy natin tomorrow yung reading, i-issue nyo rin naman yung summons, 10 days, possible reply, 5 days. So 15 days plus 11, June 26. Very basic din po sa mga huwes na mas gusto nilang sila mismo nakakakita sa sagot ng mga witnesses because hindi lang yung salita ng bibig, pero yung body language o yung actions. So even if we're going to have a trial on 26, ako, sasabihin ko, 26, tapos magsususpend tayo ng 30. Magpapalit tayo, July or August tayo magpapalit ng 12. So I think it would be wiser na yung 24 na ang mag-hear talaga sa August. Bagkus, tingin ko lalong bibilis. Bakit? Because kapag ka ang issue mo, whether unconstitutional yung articles of impeachment, mahabang diskusyon yon. So by returning it to the House of Representatives, you're giving them the opportunity to make it very clear. It's akin, Mr. President, to certification, to certify non-forum shopping. So sa mga korte natin, dahil bawal na kung saan-saan ka mag-file, magfa-file ka ng non-forum shopping. No, so I'll make that clear. Pasensya na, I take it very well, Minority Leader, yung sinabi mong wag subject to style. It was because I was using our two official languages, Filipino and English, in explaining. That's why subject to style. No? The last thing I want to answer is that I don't think there is anything anomalous about returning it to the House but yet issuing the summons. It's not usual, but it's not anomalous. Why? If we send it back to the House for them to certify, pinadala mo rin naman yung same articles sa defendant or sa Vice President para sagutin. So pagbalik natin ng July or August at sinabi nila hindi na sila interesado, for the record na yung sagot ng Vice President. Kung sinabing tuloy, yun din naman yung sagot. Kasi hindi po natin sinasabi na pag niremand o sinaole o binalik sa House of Representatives ay pwede nilang palitan yung articles of impeachment. Hindi nila pwedeng palitan.
Yes.
Ang pwede lang nilang gawin ay i-certify nga at ibigay sa atin yung circumstances para hindi na tayo mag-judicial notice, hindi na tayo magsupina. So kung nandito sa harap ko ngayon yung prosecutors at sinabi lang, walang violation to, tatanungin ko pa sila isa-isa, kailan pinail yung una, kailan pinail yung pangalawa, totoo bang hindi tinanggap, totoo bang ganito. Pero pag binigay nila sa atin na certified na, no? Meaning pinirmahan nila at pinirma ng mga may hawak ng dokumento, we can decide based on that, and it will give us time. So to try to articulate the motion, no, I move to amend the motion of Senator De La Rosa to dismiss, and instead I move that we return the articles of impeachment to the House until such time that they certify to us that they did not violate the Constitution, in particular the filing of more than one impeachment in a year. And number two, a communication from the 20th Congress that they will pursue the impeachment against the Vice President. So let me stop there, Mr. President, and I hope I stated it correctly.
Senator Antiveros is recognized.
Salamat, Mr. Presiding Officer. Para lang mag-ambag pa sa diskusyon, ninonote ko po yung amendment sa motion na ginawa ni Senator Judge De La Rosa at nag-object pa rin po ako sa motion na yan. Pero una po, dun sa point ni Senator Judge De La Rosa na a motion to dismiss is inherent in the powers of every judicial or quasi-judicial body. Hindi po ito totoo. Sa katunayan, maraming rules of procedure actually sinasabi na ang motion to dismiss ay prohibited pleading. Gaya po ng rules of procedure na nag-govern sa mga intercorporate controversies. At kahit pa po kung kailan sila pinapayagan, kung kailan pinapayagan yung motion to dismiss, a motion to dismiss is a litigious motion at hindi po pwedeng i-grant na hindi binibigyan yung affected party ng pagkakataon na marinig. Hindi lang po yan ang gusto kong puntuhin talaga, Mr. Presiding Officer. The one-year bar rule has already been clarified in the case of Gutierrez versus House of Representatives Committee on Justice, GR number 193459, February 15, 2011, gaya ng kinote din ni Senator Judge Poe. The court explained that multiple impeachment complaints can be filed basta't iisang referral lamang sa Committee on Justice ang ginawa. Hindi po nilalabag yung 1987 Constitution. Gutierrez explains the rationale for this, and I quote, ibang quote po sa quote ni Senator Judge Poe, "It becomes clear that the consideration behind the intended limitation refers to the element of time and not to the number of complaints. The impeachable officer should defend himself in only one impeachment proceeding so that he will not be precluded from performing his official functions and duties. Similarly, Congress should run only one impeachment proceeding so as not to leave it with little time to attend to its main work of lawmaking. The doctrine laid down in Francisco that initiation means filing and referral remains congruent to the rationale of the constitutional provision. At sa ating sirkumstansya, Mr. Presiding Officer, iisa lang ang impeachment case na kasalukuyang dinidinig. At precisely, arguments for or against should not be debated by us alone. Kaya nga po't inuulit ko yung posisyon ko na respetuhin natin ang due process at bigyan yung parties ng oportunidad madinig at oras, panahon, isumite yung comments sa isyung ito. Sa totoo lang po, ang proper pleading ay motion to quash, pero hindi naman po ito ginagawa ng Senator Judge. Ito po ay fina-file ng defense. Pareho sa Estrada, impeachment, at Corona, impeachment, motions to quash were filed by the defense before the impeachment trials. Yung prosecution sa mga kasong iyon ay binigyan ng oportunidad na mag-oppose. At pagkatapos ng lahat ng iyan, ang impeachment courts ay dinismiss yung motions to quash on the basis of presumption of regularity and parliamentary courtesy. Mr. Presiding Officer, Kesyo motion to dismiss o motion to remand, isa lang po yan. O motion to return, iisa lang po iyang lahat. It is an effective termination of the impeachment. Remanding is a functional dismissal. Return is a functional dismissal. Para po sa akin, parang dinribble natin ng matagal tapos ipapasa natin ulit ang bola. Hindi po kailangang ibalik ang articles of impeachment sa House of Representatives para hingin ang sagot nila sa isyung ito. Kailangan lang po silang hingan ng komento. Asking the defense to comment fulfills this. Payagan lang natin sila mag-submit ng compliance. That's it. Salamat po, Mr. Presiding Officer.
Before recognizing Senators Bato, Senator Judges Bato, Tolentino, and Gatchalian, Chair would like to respond in the hope of giving clarity to some of the points raised by Senator Judge Ontiveros. The Chair agrees that this is with the point that an order should be made for them to submit compliance. And the Chair views this motion as having that effect because, as the Chair said earlier, the presiding officer said earlier, this will not and does not constitute a dismissal, because afterwards, after we settle this issue, and I think Senator Judge Cayetano also clarified that, the same is true with Senator Judge Villanueva, this is in no way a dismissal because we will be issuing summons after this, as stated by the Chair already earlier. I think it would be a mischaracterization as to the intent of the court that is the desired effect. The desired effect or the effect of this would be for orders to be issued to the House of Representatives to comply with the 2 points raised by Senator Cayetano and for the issuance of summons to proceed thereafter. Hence, that proves that this is not a dismissal in any shape, size, or form. Senator Tolentino is recognized.
Mr. President, Mr. Presiding Officer, just for the record, I heard something about the lack of precedent relative to dismissal. Noong pong nakaraang taon, nagkaroon po ng impeachment case si Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas ng U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Case was dismissed without holding a full trial, Mr. President. So marami pong sinasite na instances dito sa U.S. Senate, pero that's the latest, Mr. President. No full trial conducted. Voting was done along party lines with a score of 51-49, and Secretary Mayorkas of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security's case, he was acquitted. Just for the record, Mr. President.
Senator
Dismiss.
Judge Gatchalian, thereafter, Senator Judge De La Rosa. You may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Mr. Presiding Officer, una-una, papasalamat po kay Senator Judge Alan Cayetano sa napakalinaw niyang eksplanasyon kanina. At marami ho siyang sinabing punto na intindihan ho natin. Pero Mr. Presiding Officer, sa pagkaintindi ko, kung hindi naman po makakadelay ang pagre-remand, bakit hindi na lang ho natin ituloy yung trial proper at doon na ho natin pag-usapan ho to? Ako ho, hindi naman ako nag-o-object sa remand. No? Hindi rin ako nag-o-object sa dismiss kung maganda po yung argumento. Pero nakikita ko, ilalabas rin ho to ng defense team sa kanilang presentation. At dito ho natin makikita mabuti yung ebidensya, yung argumento, at maririnig rin ho natin sa kabila, sa prosecution team, kung ano yung kanilang argumento. Dahil kung ito ay ibabalik ho natin by remanding, I'm sure isa-certify rin ho nila na ito ay constitutionally sound. No? So doon na lang ho natin sana pakinggan sa trial proper dahil magkakaroon ho tayo ng oportunidad na tanungin ho sila magkakaroon ho tayo ng oportunidad na diretsang matanong ho sila at kausapin. Kaya nakikita ko ho na by entering into this trial proper, mas magiging transparent, mas magiging fair, at higit sa lahat, ang due process ho, ma-exercise ho natin. Pero naintindihan ko po yung explanation ho ni Senator Judge Alan Cayetano. Pero para sa akin po, ulitin ko, ito po para sa akin ay premature na pag-usapan ho ngayon dahil hindi pa ho natin nakikita yung dokumento. At mas maganda ho na mabigyan po ng oportunidad both sides, the prosecution and the defense, na ipakita yung kanilang mga argumento. Maraming salamat, Mr. President.
Thank you. After Senator Bato, let's may the presiding officer suggest that we proceed to a vote, given that we have adequately deliberated on the matter. Senator De La Rosa is recognized. You may proceed.
Correct, Mr. President. That is what I am about to manifest before this August chamber. That so much explanations and discussions and debates have been made. Can we please divide the House in order to rule on my motion, Mr. President?
Senator, before acting on the motion of Senator Judge De La Rosa, Senator Judge Pimentel, you may proceed, sir.
Yes, Mr. President. So, meron na palang properly stated motion. Medyo mahaba-haba din yun. And,
Senator Cayetano, I believe, stated it earlier.
yes, the word is return. So, sabi ko nga, kung ang synonym ng forthwith ay immediate, may synonym din po ang dismiss. Yan po ay remand at saka return. Lalo na kung makita natin that the return is not necessary to achieve the goals of the Senate President. Let's just do what the Supreme Court does when it has a case. Let's issue an advisory. Okay. Bigyan natin na summons para kay impeached officer. Mag-advisory tayo sa House Panel of Prosecutors. In addition to the answer filed by the impeached officer, anticipate na natin yun. Answer the following questions raised during the hearing of the Senate as impeachment court. Anong date ngayon? On June 10. And then we can even write down the questions that we want them to answer. It's addressable by an advisory. Hindi ko nakikita bakit dinadala kami sa dismissal, remand, return, whatever is the term, Mr. President. Hindi ko alam bakit kailangan tayo bakit ba tayo namimilipit na ipasok ang isang word that is a synonym or can mean dismissal. I do not understand when a mere advisory can help the court, Mr. President. That's all I want to say.
Senator Bato has a motion. Do you want to say? Senator Bato is recognized.
Mr. President, that is why we are going to put this into a vote to settle everything.
Before acting on the motion of Senator De La Rosa for the clarification of some of our colleagues, the motion of Senator Cayetano is to quote return.
Mr. President,
to the House the issues raised by Senator De La Rosa for the purpose of issuing an order that will require compliance with a one-year ban and for the House to issue a resolution affirming their intent to prosecute the case during trial in the 20th Congress.
And for the record, Mr. President, I changed the word remand to return, a non-legal term, to make it plain. So it is in no means a dismissal, Mr. President. Kung dismissal din lang, bumalik tayo sa original na
Your Honor,
just to emphasize that it isn't, and just to answer Senator Win na why remand, because the original motion was to dismiss. And I understand why they want it to dismiss. This is a compromise that I feel is both practical and idealistic, Mr. President. In my view, Mr. President.
Again, this will not constitute a dismissal, Senator Judge Pimentel, because as the presiding officer said earlier, we will be issuing summons.
Why
after this vote.
use dangerous words, Mr. President? At saka yung pag-restate mo, ang layo na sa return the issues ang sinabi mo. Wala ko narinig yun. That's why, Mr. President, ganito na lang gawin natin. Mahaba-haba rin yung supposed to be accurately, clearly stated motion. Can we write it down? Can we flash it? Para makita na natin yung fixed wording. Because I never heard return the issues. Ngayon ko lang narinig sa presiding officer. Kaya magulo, sobrang gulo, Mr. President.
Can we have the Honorable Cayetano restate the motion? Do you want it printed, Coco?
Mr. President, I don't think magulo dun sa pabor magulo dun sa hindi pabor. Because I restated it already, Mr. President. Whether we use the word remand, whether we use the word return, there is nothing in the Constitution, in our rules, given not only the point na sui generis ang classification ng ating court, yung time na final, yung ating gagawin, this will actually expedite everything. If you map it out, Mr. President, kung anong mangyayari, mas bibilis pa nga dito. Kaya sa akin, Mr. President, bago magbago ang isip ni Senator Bato, we've clarified as much as it can be clarified. So maybe we can just vote on it, Mr. President.
There is a motion made by Senator Bato, amended by
Mr.
Senator
President, before you
Cayetano.
continue, can I invoke Rule 14? So kung may motion, all motions, etc., or any senator shall require it, they shall be committed to writing. Mr. President, I am requiring that it be committed to writing and flashed on the screen para makita natin the details of the motion, Mr. President.
Mr. President, can they type it as I narrate it? Then we can edit it together. Then may I remind everyone that we're already in the period of voting, so it cannot be interrupted anymore. But no, it's in good. Nagtawag na siya. But we will follow. Tama yung motion mo, Mr. Minority Leader. So we will narrate it and so that it will be typewritten.
Can the Secretariat coordinate with Senator Cayetano now while I recognize Senator Judge Binay? What is the pleasure of Senator Judge Binay?
Just one clarificatory question, Mr.
Yes, Your
Presiding
Honor.
Justice. Ano ho ang mangyayari dun sa complaint kung hindi tanggapin ng House yung pagsoli natin?
Hindi po natin, ulitin ko po, hindi po sinosoli yung complaint in the stricted sense of the word dahil nga po, pagkatapos natin pagbotohan to, ano man na mangyari, mag-i-issue po tayo ng summons para pasagutin. Ang pagkakaunawa ko sa layuning ito na kinaklarify na ngayon ay para utusan ng Kamara na magsumite ng paliwanag at compliance sa mga katanungan na ipinukol kanina ng ilang senator judges. Hindi po ito dismissal. Let
Mr.
us
Presiding
disabuse the minds not only of the public but of the senator judges too, that this is tantamount to a dismissal in any shape, size, or form. It is not. And that is not the understanding of the presiding officer as well.
Pero, Mr. Presiding Justice, di ba ang Tagalog po ng return ay isole?
Intayin po natin i-clarify. Pero pinapaliwanag ko nga po, ang pagkakaunawa ko at sinagot ng movant ay hindi yan dismissal. Those who are against the motion, if at all, can think and say all they want that it is. But it is not, and this will soon be proven by the issuance of a summons right after the vote, regardless of the outcome.
So, Mr. Presiding Justice, hindi pwedeng baliwalain ng House of Representatives yung motion na gagawin natin, assuming na it will be...
Utos po ng husgado yon sa Kamara na tumatayong prosecutor sa ngayon sa 19th Congress at maski na sa 20th Congress. Ito'y magiging dagdag patunay para sa presiding officer na itong kasong to ay tatawid sa ika-20 Kongreso at hindi mamamatay sa ika-19 na Kongreso.
Another clarification, I'm sorry, but I think,
Ready na ba kayo?
kasi yung unang Yung unang posisyon ng ating presiding officer is we cannot compel the 20th Congress to be bound by our decisions. On the other hand, my question is, kung kunwari bukas matuloy yung trial natin at pumunta dito yung mga House prosecutors, hindi ba natin pwedeng tanungin sa kanila sa puntong yon na iklaro na nila yung mga tanong natin at tama din yung sinabi ni Senator Win na mas transparent ang sagot nila kasi hindi pwede yung sila-sila na nag-uusap, isasubmit sa atin. We want to see how they're able to come up with that response and also how they're going to be defending it live with us.
That's for the 20th Congress to decide.
Why?
That was what was discussed earlier. Kaya nga po, di ba, ang paliwanag, napakahabang diskusyon at debate ito, hindi natin kayang pagpasan. Yan ang sinabi ng karamihan. Hindi tayo pwede mag-judicial notice ng mga bagay-bagay na ito. Kaya nga po, para hindi masayang oras, pinapasumitin natin sila habang wala naman tayong pwedeng gawin at magawa. Dahil nga matatapos ang otoridad ng 19th Congress sa June 30. At hindi rin pa po trial ito dahil mag-i-issue pa lamang po tayo ng summons ngayong araw na ito, kung saan meron ngang takdang panahon para sumagot ang nasasakdal at kung sakasakali magbigay pa ng reply ang prosecution bago po tayo pumasok dun sa presentasyon ng ebidensya ng magkabilang panig na siyang pinatutungkulan talaga ng trial. I think we should not belabor the point anymore. Senator Bato de la Rosa earlier made the motion and Senator Pimentel required that it be put in writing. May we see it, sir, if it is ready? Lalabas, it should come out in the screen. Hindi ba ready?
Mr. President,
Session is suspended.